if she beats Rhea Ripley, we kill Rhea Ripley, and Rhea Ripley is far more valuable to the WWE than IYO Sky. I mean, there's no question about that. They could have years and years of booking Rhea Ripley. So it's got to be Asuka.
What's going on, everybody? This is Dr. Chris Featherstone here for yet another episode of Riding with Russo. I'm here with my colleague. We're going to be buddies. We're going to be pals. Remember back in the day when he was Matt Full. My name is Matt Full.
Very good. Very good.
35 years old. I am divorced. And I live in a band down by the river.
Very nice, Doctor. I like it. Let me give you a round of applause for that. Hold on. Let me get to my applause button for that. Very nice.
Vince Russo, how are you, man?
I'm all right, man. How are you?
Doing all right, man. So, we were commissioned by the higher-ups to talk about the cash and the potential cashes. This is Riding with Russo. This is what we do. We basically get paid by the higher-ups to consult for WWE.
Yes, sir.
Because we have very good ideas here on this show on a weekly basis. And so this week we are going to talk about the cash-ins recently of the winners, Damian Priest and IYO Sky. And we're going to theorize who could they cash it in on. First, I would like your take on the winners. What do you think about Priest and IYO winning the cases?
Well, bro, you know what I think, man. I don't, but both of them were booked 50. They weren't even booked 50-50, bro. They were under 500. Yeah. So they weren't 50-50. Both of them were 500. And to me, bro, like when somebody like that wins the title, it doesn't mean anything. And we can look back in the past, Royal didn't one what was the year Asuka and Nakamura who won the Royal Rumble or something?
Yeah, Shinsuke and Asuka won the very first Women's Royal Rumble.
Yeah, we've seen this a million times, and I just think it is very lackluster.
Yep.
When you just put it on somebody or somebody gets the Money in the Bank, that's a 50-50 wrestler, man.
Yeah, man.
And I've made it clear I'm a fan of Damien Priest. I like Damien Priest. I like his look. If I was writing for him, it would have been to the moon.
Yeah.
IYO Sky, bro, listen, I know she's an indie darling, but me personally, for my taste, and Chris, I think both of us are character guys.
Mm-hmm.
What, again, I'm going to ask the question, what is her character?
I agree with 100%, Vince. I have no clue what the character of IYO Sky is. From a mainstream standpoint. Now, again, I can respect her work as far as a wrestler is concerned. Sure, I mean she's very athletic. They call it the genius of the sky. I mean, she does a moonsault very well. Is that a world champion style gimmick? I don't think so. In NXT, she did it. She did well in NXT, but NXT is a whole different crowd. I mean, you have a niche, you have a Homer style niche, very fanatical crowd with NXT. You have much more. It's still becoming very niche, even with the mainstream. But again, 2/3 of the Raw crowd don't watch NXT because oftentimes they're still bringing in their wife and kids. For a family event. So if you're an addict, if you're a fanatic, as far as a fan is concerned, you're bringing your wife and kids to all go. You're speaking, even if you have 2 kids, you bring them. You're only catering to 1 out of 4 people. So, imagine that happening for a bunch of people in the crowd. That you're only catering to 25% of the group that came, 25 to 33% of the group. So you can't do that from a business standpoint. And I think at the end of the day, when it comes to IYO Sky, yes, the crowd will be excited for her because of the, third or 25 to 33% of people who really, really like IYO. But how is that going to translate from a bigger standpoint, from a main roster standpoint? I don't know, man. This is hard for me to really grasp that from a main roster standpoint. Gimmick wise, like you said, her character, I just don't get it. For those who are able to tell us from a sales pitch standpoint, if I was a part of a focus group and Vince and I were part of a focus group, and you're pitching me why I should watch the product for IYO Sky, and you're able to pitch me what her character is before me even watching her, put in the comments. I'm willing to check it out and see what's
fair enough, bro. I hear you 1,000%.
Indeed. So with that being said, let's book how Damien Priest and IYO Sky can cash in their contracts, understanding that they both are Money in the Bank case holders. And let's start with IYO. Should she cash it in on Asuka, because currently Asuka is the champion, or should she cash it in on Rhea Ripley, and why?
Oh God, bro, I swear to God, I don't care about either one of those things. Either one of those things mean absolutely nothing to me. I mean, absolutely nothing. Listen, bro, if she beats Rhea Ripley, we kill Rhea Ripley, and Rhea Ripley is far more valuable to the WWE than IYO Sky. I mean, there's no question about that. They could have years and years of booking Rhea Ripley. So it's got to be Asuka. I mean, it's got to be Asuka, bro. But again, I don't know. Well, you know what, bro? They're, correct me if I'm right, guy. If I'm wrong, guys, just I don't know. They're both from Japan, correct? Mm-hmm. Bro, maybe there's a backstory. You see, now that to me would be an easy backstory to create, because we have no idea what happened in Japan. When these girls were on the rise, this would be a perfect opportunity with maybe IYO Sky has a dark past or a secret that Asuka knows about. This would be the perfect opportunity for a story. Give us a little bit of story so we get a little bit of something with the cash in. To me, that would be the way to go. I would sit down with both of those ladies, learn about their background, and, just see if I can come up with something that, is probably fictitious, but United States fans would not know unless they really followed their career closely.
Yeah, I agree as far as just giving us some story, because if you give me story, you give me substance. If you just book matches for matches' sake, that's not really giving me much substance, man.
Right.
And I think that has a really short shelf life for casual fans if you're just booking matches for matches' sake. And if you just got to give me a story, just give me something, give me something to chew on. I mean, just give me something. And I think with anything really, I mean, you can pitch really anything. I think the Japanese backstory could really help. I think that could really help, because if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong on the timing, but I believe that they both were in Stardom before. I'm not sure together, but I believe they both, if I'm not mistaken, both of them did wrestle for the Japanese women's promotion.
And that's the thing too, Chris. It's like, bro, don't give me a back wrestling story. Give me something personal.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a history here and these two women knew each other, give me something personal.
The reason why I mentioned Stardom, because I'm wondering if the WWE can even borrow footage from Stardom to include that, to include that in the angle in some way. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Maybe there's a jealousy, maybe there's a missed opportunity, like you held me down. Even look, if they even have an opportunity to show a Stardom match between the both of them, and the fact that I felt held down if I was IYO Sky, and now there's my opportunity to, get my comeuppance against you, and then you throw in maybe a fictitious, part of the angle, what I mean, that can be the foundation, and then there's a reason why I held you back because. You know what I mean? Because I heard, I knew about you and him. You know what I mean? Like there's always something that can be added to that, even if it's not for real.
Right.
The foundation is you held me back, and Asuka explains why, she held her back because of something edgy. Like that'll do it. I mean, that'll at least give us something that you know what I mean? So. Let's get into Damien Priest. We both are, are very strong supporters of Damien Priest and wish that he would be booked a lot more consistently as far as wins are concerned. What do you think, Seth or Roman? Should Damien Priest cash the case in for?
See, bro, this one is so hard because, bro, listen, for somebody to beat Roman, it's got to be somebody like you really want to make. And I don't, again, bro, I don't think it can be somebody whose back past has been 50-50 booking. I really don't. I think it's got to be somebody on the rise. They come in, they're on a roll, that type of a thing. It's got to really be somebody they've got a lot of stock in, maybe is even the next guy to beat Roman Reigns. It's got to be that caliber. And then, bro, you look at Seth and it's like, man, how many matches have these two already had?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, bro? So it's, I mean, bro, the if you really want to turn him babyface, the title he should take should be Gunther's title, but you would have to come up with some kind of a story as to why he's going after the Intercontinental title.
Yeah.
So either way you slice it with him, bro, it's gonna be kabuki-ish booking, bro.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
It's I just don't know, and I'm looking and it doesn't seem. I don't see that Asuka wrestled at Stardom, but she did wrestle in Japan though. So I mean, if they cross paths in any way, I mean, use it to their advantage. And so, I think for. Oh man, Damien Priest is tough because I agree with you 100%. I don't see cashing it in on Roman Reigns. That's just a complete.
They're not in the same league right now.
Not in the same galaxy right now when it comes to them. I mean, Roman just recently got pinned, but that was the first time in 3.5 years before he got pinned, and Priest just got pinned a couple of weeks ago. You know what I mean? So like. There's not even comparison there. So then that leaves Seth, and I think you could, but again, I say, man, I've said this before. I think that Priest should cash it in next year at Puerto Rico, because I mean, because they're trying to bring Backlash back to Puerto Rico. This year he put Bad Bunny over. That was kind of like his way to kind of earn his stripes more, and I think that they did give him the case because he's really done a great job over the past couple of years being the needed guy in those high profile spots. He teamed with Bad Bunny at WrestleMania. He put Bad Bunny over at Backlash, so they gave him, I think he got the briefcase because he earned it, plus more of a thank you. But man, I think you do that. So here's my thing. Do you have? Go ahead,
bro. I think it's got to be. I think it's got to be a heel taking the belt off of Seth first.
That's why
it's got to be that. Yeah, it's got to be that. Yeah.
So that's exactly what I was getting at. So, do you think should Finn take the belt off of Seth?
Yeah,
and then Priest cash it in on Finn?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd be open to that. I think.
And bro, can I tell you something?
Sure.
I do that the same night.
The same night?
I do it the same night. Just go right past Finn. Just get it over with, bro. As a matter of fact, you got a pretty good angle there because if Finn screws Seth, and then Priest cashes it in, and he's a champion. Now Seth has a little bit of a beef because Finn, screwed him out of the title, and then, bro, what you could do is, which is not going to hurt Seth at all, have Priest put the title up against Seth, give Seth the match, let them have a hell of a match, and put Priest over, and let Seth raise his hand.
Yes,
that's all you got to do, bro. That's all you need to do.
I like that.
Yeah.
Man, it's just I like your idea if Finn, like you said, if Finn is just like a immediate placeholder.
Yes.
I just don't see the money in Finn right now. I haven't seen it since he came on the main roster